Alright guys, so today we're going to check out a pair of true wireless earbuds that are called the Pods Pro. And yes, these are an exact clone of the AirPods Pros. Now I know every time that I do a video on a pair of clones, I always catch a lot of crap in the comment section, but I actually like covering these. I like to see the progression that these have had from where clones started to where they are now, because when clones first came out, there was some that had these bright red and blue flashing lights. The sound quality just wasn't anywhere near the original product, and I think we've got to a point where now it's very hard to tell the difference between the clones and the originals. And when these come in at $60, when the AirPods Pros retail for $250, you basically could get 4 pairs of the Pods Pros for what it costs for 1 pair of the AirPod Pro. So I like covering these just simply because of that. I don't think everybody can buy a pair of AirPod Pros, so it's nice to be able to get a lot of the features, the functions, and the sound, and not have to spend a lot. I mean, if you have kids that you don't trust is going to be able to keep up with it or take care of them, you're not going to want to spend $180 to $250 for a pair of earbuds. Or if you're going on vacation or going to the beach or by the pool in places where you may not want to take an expensive pair of earbuds, it's nice that you don't have to give up features you're used to or sound that you're used to by using a pair of clones for 60 bucks. So we're gonna talk about these. We're gonna see how well these stack up against the original AirPod Pros. We're gonna talk about the packaging and all of that good stuff and see why I think this is kind of a no-brainer at 60 bucks. Now, first off, if you are interested in checking these out, I will have a link in the description below on where I got mine, because obviously there's a lot of clones out there and all clones are not created equal. So I will have a link to where these came from. Let's go ahead and start with the packaging itself. And I was very impressed with these because when clones first came out, you could tell, like, even in the quality of the box, there was a huge difference. But these have that same thick material. It feels like you're getting a premium product. And they now even have it where the print of the design of the earbuds on the top are raised just like it is with the Apple AirPods Pros. The only difference is you don't see Apple's logo anywhere. They did strip that, so it's just essentially like a white box with the earbuds on the front and then some print on the back. But also the packaging inside. You get the same replaceable ear tips, you're getting a lightning cable, you're getting a little packet that has the instruction manuals, and it's, again, almost a clone of how the presentation is with a pair of AirPods Pros. Now, as far as the technology that these do have the same H1 chip that the AirPods Pro uses, and the advantage to that is there's little to no latency with watching movies, videos, and gaming on your device. It also has the pop-up connection whenever you open the lid. That way you just open the lid, you see it come up on your screen, you can simply just connect that way, and it just makes things a lot more simple. And then also with the H1 chip, you can share your audio with another device that's also using the H1 chip, and it also has the head tracking spatial audio. Now, this was the part I was very impressed with because I haven't seen clones be able to pull this off. So if you're used to the spatial audio where it kind of adds a little bit more space in your audio, but if you're watching movies or videos or anything like that, and you notice that when you turn your head, it tries to always keep your audio right there wherever your device is. And this is a really nice effect on certain things. I love using it for movies and videos and stuff like that, but I don't really care for spatial audio so much when it comes to listening to music. But that's just personal preference. But again, the fact that this pair can do that is just impressive in itself. Now, as far as the actual active noise canceling and the transparency mode, again, this is just like the AirPods Pros. It has really impressive noise canceling. It does a very good job of blocking out engine noises, AC units. It even does a really good job of blocking out people talking. And then the transparency mode, which the AirPod Pros are already known for having some of the best, this pair also pulls that off as well. It makes things sound very natural. It's very easy to carry on a conversation without actually having to take your earbuds out. But if you do take your earbuds out, this pair also has the smart sensors where it will just automatically pause and then it just resumes once you put them back in your ear. So the noise canceling, the transparency mode, the smart sensors, this pair has all of that as well. Now, if you are looking to use this pair outdoors, it comes with the same IPX4 rating, which means it's fine if they get splashed on, it's fine if it starts to rain or you sweat heavily. Just don't submerge these into water. Now, the battery life on these, you can get about 7 hours on a single charge. The case is going to give you about 24 hours total. But another nice thing is the case on these also has Qi wireless charging. Again, just like the Pros. So you can just come in, sit it on any Qi wireless charger, and it will start charging. Now, moving over to looking at the case and the earbuds themselves, the case has identical weight to the originals. It has that same glossy feel to it. The only difference on the back, I noticed that you don't have the print that says, you know, made in California or designed by Apple. None of that's on the back of these, and there's also no serial number or print underneath the lid. Now, on the back, you do have the pairing button. On the bottom is where you have the lightning port. And then once you open these up and take the earbuds out, again, the same weight and same design as the Pros. Now, in the past, I've seen some clones just use stickers or decals to make it look like they have the microphones and the vents and the same thing as the Pros. These actually have the ports. So I think that's why the mic quality is better on these. I think it really just came off the same assembly line that the AirPods Pros came off of. It looks exactly identical. Now, when you're using these also use the same squeeze gesture controls, and this is what allows you to have control over play, pause, skipping your tracks forward, and going backwards. There's no volume control on these, but obviously you can just say Siri and you can just start talking to your device just like you can with the Pros. But I do still wish that these had volume control. Now, for you guys that like to use your AirPods or earbuds or whatever for phone calls, the mic quality on these is some of the best that I've heard. And again, that's because AirPod Pros have some of the best mics. So I don't think many people are going to be disappointed. But you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here. So here is the mic test using the Pod Pros. Again, I think this is one of the better microphones on a pair of earbuds. I think it picks up my voice very cleanly, and it only has a slight digital noise to it. So this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call. And so now here is the mic test with a crowd noise being played, which you can hear here. And so this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call. So now let's talk about the sound. If you are familiar with the sound that comes from the AirPod Pros, which is a pretty detailed sound, it's not the brightest sounding earbud that has a really nice punch to it, but again is not overwhelming when it comes to bass. This pair has that exact same sound signature. I think most consumers are going to be completely happy with this because it does have that consumer curve where the bass is boosted and the treble is slightly boosted. Vocals actually come through very clear, so the mids are slightly pushed forward. So again, if you are familiar with the sound of those, you will not be able to tell the difference between these and the Pros. And again, that's what's impressed me because these cost so much less. And same thing with the soundstage and the sound imaging. These do an excellent job of being able to tell where sounds are coming from. Now, they're not the most open sounding earbud. We've definitely heard better and I've tested better on this channel, but out of Apple's AirPod lineup, these are the best that you can get. So my overall opinion is this: if you don't want to spend $180 to $250 for a pair of AirPod Pros, or if you just have an iPhone and you want some of the features and the functions of what Apple's AirPods actually have, this is the cheaper way to go about it. And once you're out and about, people are not going to be able to tell whether you have the original AirPod Pros or the Pod Pros in your ears. And if you care about that, you know, to be able to do that for a quarter of the price is actually impressive. So the sound quality is great. The noise canceling and the microphones on here are fantastic. It does lack volume control, but so do the original AirPod Pros. It gives you a lot of the functions that the AirPod Pros have because of that H1 chip. It just works well within Apple's ecosystem. So it's kind of hard not to recommend these because AirPods are the top selling earbuds, mainly because Apple's iPhone is the top selling phone. So this can save you some money and still give you the exact same experience. And at this point, this is the best clone that I've tested. But guys, that's my video on the Pods Pros. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.